Hi everybody. I am off mining copper. And I think that my best hope for copper mining is down this way. It's a place that I haven't mined yet. So we'll have to see how rich this vein is. That Hydra just seems to be randomly taking damage. And I'm not sure why, but hopefully I can profit from its misfortune. It seems to have lost its heads already. I'll just stand here and watch while it dies. Well, it just regenerated. That hardly seems fair. Still, I think I'll hang around and see what happens to it next before I head on. And it's down. And it's back. But still with no heads. It's a whole different Hydra. Ow. I think I won't do that again. Except it's got all my stuff. I think I'd better make new stuff. This time I'm going to go with all freshly forged weapons and tools. So that'll give me more practice with the forge. And it will also give me some slightly better weapons as my skill increases. Although the copper weapons will not be quite as good as the old bronze ones. And, okay, still can't get any plans with a bronze ingot on a copper anvil, even if I'm using a bronze hammer. So we'll start out with copper. Okay, we got that ready to work. We'll let that one heat up while we make a new pickaxe head. And again, we look, draw, bend, punch. And we'll start with lining these two arrows up and draw, bend, punch. So draw, bend, punch. And medium hit. And 6 punches brought it back. So medium hit. And draw, bend, punch. Perfect. And next we'll do a shovel. And warmed up. select, shovel, and our last 3 hits are anything, a hit, and a punch. Oops. Did you catch all that? Okay, and I think that I will also want an axe and a sword. Okay, that one's heated up. We'll let that one warm up. And we will make this one into an axe head. So last 3 are upset, hit, and punch. Okay, perfect lineup. We want an upset, a hit, and a punch. Then we look at what it takes to get back. We'll try a couple of medium hits. Perfect. So, a couple of medium hits, an upset, a hit, and a punch, and an axe head. That is exactly what I wanted to show you. I'm so glad I did it right. And in a few minutes, we will do this one more time with a sword. And heat it up. Plans. Knife, shovel. Where's the sword blade? I guess you don't make swords that way. Ah, it takes a double ingot to make a sword blade. And I no longer have that much copper. So we know we can't work bronze on a copper anvil. But what we can do is melt it and pour it into a mold. And bronze sword. And it's another day. And I will be ready to go back out there and mine that copper after I see whether I can plant these. Nope, not yet. All right, let's go do some mining. It looks like both those hydras are gone. I got my stuff back. So much stuff, I don't have room for my stuff. And my old set of tools is now my spare set of tools. So that was certainly good to find. Well, I just died in a thoroughly embarrassing manner. I was chased I was chased off a cliff by a flock of mosquitoes. I'll be going after my stuff in the morning. First, I'm going to cook some bread to take with me. So, down to 3 lives now. This could be a short series, but I'm sure I'll be able to squeeze at least a couple more episodes out of it. But if I do die sooner than I would like, then I'll be faced with the decision of what to do next. Should I restart the series with a season 2? Or should I start another series? Well, I've started mining, and I've come across another cave. This one's a lot bigger than the last one. And according to the radar, there's actually some mobs down here. So I should proceed quite carefully. On the other hand, the tetrahedrite sample here is pretty large. So it'll be pretty good if I can get a hold of a bunch of it without getting killed. Of course, mobs aren't the only danger I have to worry about here. There's a very real possibility that I could get suffocated in a cave-in. There's something. Poor tetrahedrite? That doesn't look like any fun at all. Vespids, ghoul zombies, poor tetrahedrite. I'm going to declare this mine as not worth it. Well, as you can see, this is the first successful mine from a couple of episodes ago. And I'd say that it was definitely worth the extra walk. Because I have all I can carry. And there might be a little bit more tetrahedrite I can dig out of there, but I think that I can still safely call this mine played out. So remember last episode when I was having so much trouble melting bismuth bronze? It's because I had the mix wrong. If you mix it wrong, it simply doesn't mix. As it turns out, I was mixing the proportions wrong. So now that I've got that right, it's mixing up quite nicely. Which is good. That means I have enough, almost, to make that bronze anvil. And bronze anvil. And that means that I can now also make bronze tools. But what I really needed to do is come up with a crucible. Now for a crucible, I'm going to have to trace the shape out of fire clay, and for that, I'm going to need kaolinite and graphite, as well as regular clay. And clay's easy, and I know where some kaolinite is. I have not yet seen graphite, though. So for now, I'm going to head out and look for that kaolinite and bring that back, and I may have to go exploring for the graphite. So yeah, kaolinite right here in the walls. Easy to find and easy to dig out. And hopefully I can find some graphite that's in a similar situation, but I haven't yet. So that's probably going to take some exploring. Okay, so the good news is I got plenty of kaolinite. Little more than a stack and a half, which is enough because of the way it grinds out. The bad news is the blood moon is rising and I'm not going to have time to make it home. And I think that a bed won't work during a blood moon, just like it doesn't in regular Minecraft. Yep, I don't feel tired right now. So I'll just hang out here till morning. Good thing I happen to have a mining house here along the way. Skeletons. Skeletons are terrible. It's bad enough that they throw spears at you, but it's even worse than when the spears knock you down your old mine shaft. I really should have put a lid on that. Well, I guess in the morning I'll go after my stuff. But in the meanwhile, I'm down to 2 lives. Well, that didn't take as long as it might have. It helped that I happen to have an amber cake from Lycanite's mobs, which applies a lovely speed boost. All I have to do is be careful not to fall down anything. So, we have kaolinite, but we still don't have graphite. And we're going to need that to make a crucible. But the good news is, we don't really need one to progress. What we do need is a bloomery. So that's what I'll be starting on next episode. And until then, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.